You've signed the papers. The Registry of Marriages certificate is officially yours. For many cross-national couples in Singapore, the immediate next thought is to log into SingPass and file for permanent residency. A marriage certificate proves you are legally married, creating an eligible route for PR. It does not automatically prove you should be granted long-term permanent residence. Submitting that application days or weeks after the wedding, before you've shared an address or built any local footprint, usually backfires. You are asking the government to approve a life in Singapore that doesn't visibly exist yet. Treating this process like a simple administrative checklist to be knocked out right after the ceremony is often the quickest path to a rejection letter. Consider two identical scenarios. Two foreign spouses, both legally married to Singapore citizens, submit their applications. One gets approved on the first try, while the other faces repeated rejections. The difference lies in how the ICA assesses the underlying depth of the relationship. They look closely at your genuine long-term plans. They review the financial stability of the household and check whether both partners are actively participating in the local community. The ICA performs a comprehensive audit of the entire family unit to determine if it can realistically sustain itself in Singapore. This is why the Singapore citizen in the relationship is officially designated as the sponsor. The sponsor's profile carries the weight of the application, and you are no longer assessed as an independent individual. When reviewing the application, the ICA evaluates the total household unit. We can visualize their assessment as a structure supported by 5 core pillars. The first 2 pillars are marriage stability and sponsor strength. The ICA looks at the length of your relationship before the marriage and verifies the sponsor's tax records, CPF contributions, and employment history. The final 3 pillars examine the foreign applicant's background, their education and conduct, along with the couple's physical ties to Singapore, like a shared address and their realistic plans to stay. A bulletproof application strategically addresses and balances all 5 of these pillars. Relying completely on the marriage certificate alone leaves the foundation too weak to hold up. This leads to a major point of concern for many couples: the fear that if the foreign spouse isn't currently working in Singapore, the application will be automatically rejected. The ICA recognizes the value of homemakers, caregivers, and spouses who are actively upskilling. Clearly explaining how that role manages the household shows direct family support and stabilization. The second concern is the sponsor's paycheck. Many assume a low income from the Singapore citizen acts as an unrecoverable barrier to approval. Because the ICA looks at the total household metric, a modest sponsor salary can be counterbalanced. If the foreign spouse has strong earning potential, or if the couple has combined savings and stable housing, the overall financial picture levels out. Avoid hiding low income or temporary unemployment. Instead, explain those factors in the context of the broader, stable family dynamic. A new couple's timeline begins ideally before the wedding, using the Pre-Marriage Long-Term Visit Pass Assessment, or PMLA, to gauge eligibility early on. Once married, securing a long-term visit pass legally anchors the foreign spouse in Singapore. This begins building a documented history of living together at a shared local address. From there, obtaining a letter of consent allows the foreign spouse to seek employment. This directly addresses the integration and contribution requirements of the ICA's assessment. Securing these passes in order proves to the government that the couple is already building a contributing life in Singapore before asking to stay permanently. If you've already received a rejection letter, the immediate emotional response is to file an appeal right away. Appeals are practically useless without meaningful new information, like a new child, a major career shift, or a change in income. Taking a step back to strengthen your profile for a fresh reapplication is usually the smarter strategy. The goal is never to submit your paperwork as fast as possible. The goal is to submit it when your family's narrative makes undeniable sense to the government. Stop leaving your family's future to chance. Get a professional, objective assessment of your spouse PR readiness today. Contact ENH Immigration to review your profile and find out exactly what needs to be strengthened before you apply.